Today I want to talk about launching the G87 M2. I thought I'd do a quick video and explanation on how to get this done. I've been on a few forums recently and noticed that a few people are struggling with the requirements and what you need to actually do to launch this thing. I'm not quite sure why, because once you know how, it is pretty simple. Couple of first things to discuss is the temperature of the car. I do not obviously launch the car until it's at normal operating temperature, which is about halfway. I don't know exactly what the minimum temperature is required, but I obviously just don't, launch it unless we do have obviously full temp in the car. So that's number one. Number two, we might struggle because I'm only on a quarter of a tank at the moment, so you may require the fuel indicator to not be on. And number three, pretty straightforward, full speed on the gearbox and obviously traction all the way off. Now, to do the traction properly for this car, you must click and hold the traction button and turn it completely off. Traction needs to be off completely, and you also need to launch the car in manual mode, so you need to be manually shifting. Now, the interesting thing is you start off in manual mode, but when you actually launch, the car goes into automatic mode, so there is no requirement to shift the gears yourself. So you got to remember that, because that can be a little bit confusing. Manual mode, traction completely off, gearbox shift speed to 3. Make sure that the car is at normal or operating temperature, and let's go launch it, and I'll show you a little bit more on what you need to do when you get to that final stage. So something that I've done with my M2 in particular is I've made the M2 button turn off the traction completely, and I've also made it go into full sport mode and higher shift gear. So when I do want to launch the car, I generally just double click the M2 button. I've turned the traction onto MDM at the moment, so all I do is double tap the M2 button, but I still must go into traction fully off. So you need to be on DSC off for it to launch. Like, it's not going to launch unless you are DSC off, full speed, and pretty straightforward from there. Once you've met all of those requirements, then you can launch this car pretty easily. So let's go and launch it right now. It's nice to have warm tires, foot on the brake, mash the gas as quick as possible. Look, preparing launch, go. Now it's going to shift. It's going to shift itself automatically. It's important that you don't try and shift it, because you will knock it out of its launch control mode. So it's better to do it with nice warm tires, as you could sort of see there. She struggled for traction trying to manage it, but that is how you launch the M2 G87, and I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same for most series or G series of cars. Hope you enjoyed. Any questions, leave it in the comment below. Peace.